Busy all day. It's been a busy day. We'll talk about it. I'm finally done with my day. I've been up since like 7:30. No, I think it was like 7:40ish. Sweating. It's like 90 something. I've already been walking for an hour. Very good news today, and I had no idea that this was the day, but very good news today. Oh, that Powerade just hit. That Powerade just smacked. Holy moly. I did not want to take a rest day today, but I did some push-ups when we get to the house. I kind of took a rest day yesterday because I only hit push-ups and stuff. But it's okay. Am I on the wrong street? Yes. I'm supposed to go up this way. What am I doing? Let y'all see what's going on today. This one's an interesting one. This one's a very interesting one today. We're gonna wait to get a few people in here. Forgive me, I'm a little tired. It's already 7:30, and I gotta be in the house in like an hour. I don't have to be in the house in an hour, but if I wanna stay there tonight, I gotta be there within an hour. So I don't got no time to go work out at the park today. It is what it is, though. Yep. And the thing in life is even when you try to change your life and do the right thing, and things can still backfire. I had my own spot for a year, and that's a Suburban. Dang, that's a Suburban, chat. You thought that was a motorcycle? That was a Suburban making that noise. He's got some motor in there. But the thing is, things can happen in life. Before we start the story, I've been trying to change my life around. Y'all know that. I've been on my own for the past year and a half until this past few months. And I tried to just work a job. And guess what? Look at this. That's a Suburban, son. That's an old Suburban. Dang, he's got some crazy motor in there. I don't know what that is, but that's not just exhaust. That's a motor. So anyways, yeah, before we get to the story, I've been on my own for the past year and a half. I've been trying to do the right thing, pay bills, my roommate's mortgage, all this and that, and I still got screwed in the end. My job stopped giving me hours, and you can't depend on other people to save your life. They're only going to do that for so long, and so things build up with their tension. You end up going a month, it's okay, I got you, but now it's 2 months, 3 months is coming up, and you already done spent all your money on bills, because you're only working 20 hours a week, and so your bills are about $1,000 a month. That's not even the food, you know what I mean? And I'm currently job hunting. I'm just telling a story from when I was living in Michigan earlier this year. It's been more than a few months now. I think it's been like 6 months. But no, I have not been unemployed the whole time. What's up, guys? So we're doing a little story time today. We got some people in here. Long story short, I was just saying things can still happen even when you try to change for the positive, but don't go back to your old ways. That was the main part I was building up to. So anyways, we're doing a story time today, and it's something that I've been thinking about, and I try to keep up here. I don't try to dwell on it. I don't try to think about it all the time, but it's something that I have to keep in my mind, because this was a time that it did benefit me in a lot of ways. But it's only short-lived. You will get caught. You will get popped. It may not be today, it may not be tomorrow, but you will get popped. And what I got popped for was mandatory prison time. 3 years in the state of Florida. You don't want to go to Florida prison. There's no air conditioning. There is no cool air. So when the feel like temperature it's 99 degrees, but the feel like is 112, because that's what we just had the other last week. Well, the feel like temperature was 112 degrees. That's insane. What's up, chat? What's up, Violet? What's up, Zalata? My last job was like a maintenance worker for this Muslim guy. He had 4 properties all around the neighborhood, but he wasn't trying to pay me no more. Like, he was just trying to buck me on like paying me and stuff, and said like I'd work 4 hours and he tried to say it's only been 3, and we're not doing that. So what's up, Orange Bunt? I know what that's supposed to mean, but I almost said what you wanted me to say. I know what that word's supposed to be. But what's up, Orange? My favorite artist. What's up, Rams? My favorite artist. Right now, I've been listening to a lot of country, but I'm definitely like a rap hip hop fan. Peep the random husky that's just running across the street. I can't zoom in my camera for some reason, and it's gone now. No, there it is. What's up, puppy? Let's go see if we can get this dog. Hi! What's up, pups? Do you got a home? Okay, is that where you're going? I see a hood open over there, so I'm assuming the owner to that dog is fixing his car with the hood open. Let's just go make sure real quick. I love dogs, guys. I'm assuming this guy's over here and was just letting his dog out. I see a hood open to his car, but I just want to make sure. Last thing I want to see is a good-looking dog. And okay, yeah, they had to have let the dog back in. We're good. All right. Anyways, story time. My bad, chat. My favorite artist. I've been listening to a lot of country, like Thomas Rhett, Luke Bryan. I've been listening to a lot of. There's another one that I like. He's a newer one. Falls in that same category. So anyways, but rapper, I like Kevin Gates, love Rod Wave, 727, that's where I'm from. So big into Rod Wave. Plus, Rod Wave, it's not just because I think he has the best voice or something or the best rhymes. I can relate to his music a lot. He came from that struggle. He lived in literally the same area code, 2 cities away. From me. I lived in St. Pete for a year. So right in Rod Wave's hood, I was the next hood over for almost a whole year. Like, I literally lived right next to Rod Wave's hood for a year when I was in prison, work release. And it's popping over there, bro. It's popping over there. There was a shooting almost every weekend, at least. Like, at least every other weekend, like, guaranteed. You're gonna hear gunshots. And there's like no white people there, bro. There's white people there, but you know what I'm saying? You'll see white people in the hood, but there's usually a reason behind that. Like, they're cool with a group of certain people, like they're good, you know what I mean? They can be in the hood. But the thing is, I had a GPS and a vest on everywhere I went, so it literally advertised that I was in work release. No one ever gave me a problem. Do I think if I went down the wrong road at the wrong time? Yeah, maybe. But I was pretty good. I left at 3 in the morning, and the hood's kind of active on the weekends at 3 in the morning. Not really 3 in the morning, but 1 and 2, And so, like, I ran into some shady people going to work. It was a 45-minute bike ride, 48 minutes, I believe, from the work release center to my job. I was a furnace maintenance technician for a little bit, and then I became a melt deck operator, so a furnace operator. And I melted alloy powder at about 2,800 degrees to 3,000 degrees, 3,100, to create an alloy powder that went inside of these little spray guns that they sprayed on the bottom of Navy ships. They were contracted to the Navy and a security company. And so it was $20 million in contracts, so like 2 $10 million contracts. And the spray that the alloy powder was used for to create was it was a protective coating when you dock your ship. So like if you're on a Navy ship, you have to dock it right before you get off of it, and it stays docked, like parked like a car in a garage. So the bottom of the ships can always get scratched up and stuff, like, just anything that you could think of, like just whatever that's in the ocean. And so the coating protects the bottom of the ships. You don't want to get any leaks and stuff. So anyways, favorite artist, like I said, I like Kevin Gates, I like Rod Wave. Today, my favorite artist for today was definitely Lil Wayne, because I was listening to a lot of old Lil Wayne music. I appreciate you saying that about the views. I did see that, by the way. I know you removed the comment, but you didn't have to. I appreciate you saying that. But what's up, though, Rams? So anyways, chat. Today we're talking about what all happened. I've been doing all these prison videos, but I had never told you guys like what I went to prison for. And if I did, I only touched base on the subject for a little bit. So in this video, I want to give you guys the rundown about everything that happened that night. How you doing? And so, did you get lost? But anyways, Anna, that's what her name was. I was hanging out with this girl, Anna. I almost said Ann, and then I don't know what else I was thinking of. I was hanging out with this girl, Anna. I met her 2 days before I got arrested. I was living with my homegirl at the time. I'm going to leave her name out the video. She is my homegirl, and we're still cool to this day, but just because, I don't want to put her name out there like that, and then she kind of gets mad at me. So I was staying with my homegirl, who I'm still cool with to this day. Not like that or anything, more like a family thing. And she was getting pretty much fed up of my bull crap. I just got out of jail. I was out for 52 days. And I just did 6 months in county. And so day 49, this would make it, I just got kicked out. I met this girl, Anna. I was hanging out with another girl who just got kicked out at the same house the day before that. We were screwing around. Her name was Sarah. And Sarah drove me crazy. And she was really big into ice. I want to use that, it's a Florida term for a certain stimulant. A very dangerous, if not the most dangerous, and one of the most dangerous drugs there is. But we're going to call it ice so we don't get banned on YouTube again. And so, everyone was doing ice. Homegirl was doing ice. Sarah's doing ice. I'm doing, sadly, and hooked. You know what it is? Yeah, that's what it was. And it is what it is, what I meant to say. It is what it is. And it sucked. So it's kind of depressing even looking back at it, like how stupid I was. And so I get kicked out the house like 2 days after Sarah gets kicked out. And it was weird. We didn't even have like a room. We just both stayed in the living room. And we had the living room set up like a bedroom. And we just kind of like carpooled the whole couch. It was like a big L-shaped couch, and we just slept on the couch together. We'd screw around, whatever, once in a while, and that's pretty much it. And it wasn't even really like that. We were more just friends, but we just drove each other crazy, So we'd both be up on this stuff for days, and fast forwarding to the day now, I told you I'm kicked out of homegirl's house, so I've been on the streets for like 2 days now. This is day 3. We're going into day 3. Because I got arrested around 5:36 in the morning. I think it was 7. And I've been up all night already. I've been ripping and running the streets for a couple of days now. I'm just trying to survive at this point and make a little bit of money to stay at someone's place for a night or two. And so I'm over here at this dude Harley's place, and he was staying at another guy's house. I'm over here at this one guy's house, and he's just living with his mom. And everyone's doing horrible drugs. He's texting me. Alright, so it's like the day of, right? I said I got arrested at 7 in the morning, and it's midnight now. So the night before, I ran into this chick, Anna, or 2 nights before, whatever, and I'm trying to get a hold of her and see what she's up to, because I know she's got a car. You know, she's doing multiple drugs. I have both of these drugs on me at the time, and I'm trying to get her car. She said she would sell me her Honda Civic that she was driving. It was a blue Honda Civic. She had a title, she had everything. It had a lot of miles, like 203,000. But she said she'd sell it for $500. I said, look, I can get 250. I can get an ounce, which is going for about a few $100 at the time. It's a lot cheaper now. And I'm getting it for dirt cheap, half that. I'm like, you know, I can get you about $250. I'll get you an ounce of, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, we're just going to say it one time, crank. And I'll throw in like 6 or 8, I think it was 6 Suboxone strips, which were going for about 10 to 15 at the time. About $10. $10. And my theory was, if we do this trade, I'll have the car. I just got a script of another pill. It's a purple pill with the number 30 on it, not the blue one. It's a purple one. It's worth like a third of the price. They go for about 10 a piece. I got like 93 of these pills. I got into a whole bottle of them from this lady I did a job for. And I did something I shouldn't have done, but I don't want to get into that and openly admit myself to anything. So we'll just say I had a bottle of them. And my theory was I get the car off Anna, and I give her what I got. I still got like a couple $100 left, and I got 90 of these pills, right? Like 93. So I'm still good. It's still like $1,000. And she was down for it. Anna was down for it. This is all leading up to the story now, so just listen. Me and Anna are talking over the phone and stuff. I'm telling her I'm going to meet up with her later on, and I got you. So it's like 2 in the morning now, 3 in the morning. And it's about 4 hours before I got arrested. Me and Anna link up, and everything was set in stone, but I'm just kind of supplying her right now. First off, I had to go meet my dude. So I go and meet my dude. You know, she's driving me everywhere. I'm throwing her a couple strips for this, and I had stupid freaking XANAX on me. And the green ones, the bars. I had green bars on me. At the time, those things were going for 6 a piece all day. At least 5. And so I'm throwing her, you know, a couple of these bars, couple strips here, a few bucks there. She is running out of gas. We go to a gas station called Thornton's. So, you know, we go meet up with my dude. That story was pretty interesting. I finally had the 2 girls meet each other as well, Sarah and Anna. And I feel like I've been calling her Ann. If I did, it was Anna. Anna Lisa. And Sarah's like trying to dominate the whole situation, saying she's not getting in the car because I had to, you know, drop some stuff off to her. And she had to go make a play for me. And so I would give her stuff to go do that too, you know, and then come back later and get the money from her. And she'd make her a few bucks. Even if she didn't make no money, I would always give her at least a couple grams or whatever, or a ball or something, you know. So she always looked out. And I had to go drop some stuff off to Sarah. So me and Anna go over there. I have them meet each other. I have to go meet my dude. Sarah and Anna are kind of like, you know, because Sarah went both ways, and Anna was kind of just like hi and just going with it. And long story short, honest to God truth, I'm looking y'all in the eye. I got everyone to agree to a threesome. It didn't happen though, so no brownie points, because I got arrested. I got everyone to agree for that. That was my main goal, was like, I gotta mess with both these girls tonight. I'm like super on one right now. I'm feeling myself. I'm feeling good. I've already been touching and whatever, with Anna girl, and like, I got to get both of y'all tonight. And so I'm laying it down, chat. I'm laying it down. No brownie points. It never happened. I went to prison, so, I could talk all I want, but it still never happened. And we dropped Sarah off. Sarah's staying with her boyfriend. And so Sarah's got to, like, be real incognito in the middle of the night. Like, if she's sneaking out, she has to sneak out of bed, not wake him up, sneak out the door. I got to be parked away from the complex. She's got to walk all the way up the street, So time's going by here. I'm waiting on her. And I'm just sitting here in a shady street, shady spot, right next to a main road. Police station, literally like a few buildings over on the opposite side. So real sketchy, and I got all this stuff on me. And yeah, so Sarah wanted to go to the store, whatever, boom. Drop her back off, boom. Sarah says, my boyfriend's leaving around 7. I know I got arrested around 7. I think it was supposed to be 8 or 9. I think he leaves at 8. So y'all can come back at 8 and crash here and we can have fun. And I was like, all right, bet. So, because I would go over to Sarah and she'd take care of me whenever her boyfriend went to work. Because like I said, I was homeless for like 3 days. And so those 3 days, this is day 3 now going on. I'm showering over there. She's giving me her boyfriend's clothes. I'm wearing his Yeezys. I'm hanging out, bro. And at least I thought I was hanging out. And then, what's up, Ansley? We end up in Palm Harbor. No, we end up in Holiday, Palm Harbor, which is like on the complete other side. And I remember, I don't know why we went up there, I don't remember. But I know we were waiting to go to Sarah's boyfriend's house because Anna was also living in her car. I'm just riding in her car all throughout the night. I just met the girl 2 days before, and we would always hang out these past 2 days at night. And so, we go meet up with a homeboy of mine. I grabbed the bars. I grabbed the bars off of him. And I also I traded some of these purple pills for bars and gave him some of these purple pills for a few pairs of J's. I got a pair of Jordan 11 infrared lows, the white and red 13s. They kind of look like cherries, but they're more white. And I think the cherries have a red tongue. These have a white tongue, but the red's suede. No, they were leather. My bad, not the suede. Because I had the black and brown 13s. Those were suede. It was the white and red leather 13s. I don't remember the name. Infrared 11 lows. And I have a pair of, the Yeezys, her boyfriend's Yeezys. And so, because he was a big sneakerhead, so I just like switched out shoes every day. For like that whole 3 days, I'm switching out a different pair of shoes. I got the Yeezy 750s, the cream looking ones. And we somehow end up at this gas station. I go, because I wanted to go. It's like I said, I haven't been in the house for a few days. So I've been out all day and almost all night now. It's like 4 a.m. I took a shower the morning before at her boyfriend's, but I had to clean up. I wanted to clean up. So like I said, she's homeless too, and we're about to go screw around and stuff. So we're both taking like a bird bath at this gas station called Thornton's. And I'm in my boxers, bro. One of the workers came into the bathroom, and he's like, and I'm on one. My head is spinning. I'm on one, and I started hallucinating in the bathroom. I'm up for 3 days at this point. This is day 3, no sleep. Not a full day 3, but getting close to 72 hours with no sleep. Like we're at like the 60 range, 65, maybe a little bit more than that. And so I'm like seeing like demons above the bathroom mirrors and stuff. Like I'm in this bathroom. It's a decent sized bathroom because like I said, it's kind of a big gas station. And there's a couple sinks. It's not just one sink. There's a couple sinks. There's a few stalls. It's not just one stall. And I'm in one of the sinks. And I remember saying this to her too. I think it was my idea to go to the Thorntons. And so I'm in my boxers. I'm literally in my boxers, and I think I got a pair of my shoes are still on. You know, 'cause I'm not being barefoot in the, you know what I mean? Like, I'll take a shoe off at a time, clean my foot, dry it off, put it, and then do the other shoe. I'm not putting my dirty feet on the bathroom floor in a gas station. And so, uh, you know, there's water and soap everywhere. I'm a mess. Like I said, I'm rolling. I'm tweaking. I'm on one at the time. We've been sober for a long time, by the way, chat. And so, um, we get out. I get kicked out. I'm blasting music on this little JBL speaker I just got off of Anna. Her trunk was full of stuff that she would shoplift from Walmart and different stores. So, like, I gave her some, you know, dope or whatever for it was like $200 at the time, and they're like $50 now. But it was the original JBL clip. I think it's like on number 3 now. You can get like a speaker. It clips onto your shorts. It's called the JBL clip. This is like the first one. And so I'm blasting my music. The gas station work kicks us out. We leave. We're trying to figure out something to do. So I want to go back to my other homegirl's house at the time. You know, I'm not really on the best of terms with anyone. I can kind of just pull up at a couple people's houses, but I want to be with this girl because I'm trying to sleep with this girl and the other chick. And so, like, I'm calling people. And homegirl that kicked me out the house a couple nights before answers, and she's like, yeah, you can come over, but I don't know her, so she's got to stay in the driveway. So I was like, look, we're just going to pull up and hang out at the driveway. Mind you, I just met up with my dude, so I got an ounce of ice on me. I got like a decent amount of those purple pills. I got the green bars, and I got a few. No, I had some Suboxone strips. I gave them to her. I ended up getting the charge though, and so like I said, I've been up for 3 days. I figured she knew where she was going. You know, being an addict and with another addict, I didn't even know this girl like that. But when you're doing these substances, you don't have clarity. You don't have a clear conscience. My state of mind was telling me, okay, I can crash out for a little bit. We'll be fine. She'll make it to the house. We're one street away. Somewhere along the way, it's like 5 a.m. I pass out, and I wake up to a cop with his flashlight beating on the glass. What's up, kitty? I wake up. I gotta pet this cat real quick. I wake up to a cop banging on the passenger door. I'm sitting in the passenger door, and he's got a flashlight. Come here, kitty, kitty. And he's banging on the window. Mind you, I got the entire ounce on my lap. I think she went through my pockets. I could have been high and just crashed out while trying to do something, but my high mind told me that she raided my pockets when I went to sleep, because I know I had other stuff, and I did not get popped for everything. I catched only 1 controlled substance charge. I should have gotten like 3, because I had like 4 different substances on me. In the police report, it says something about morphine, and excuse my language. It doesn't say nothing about bars. It doesn't say nothing about strips. So that's why I think she went through my pockets, and I got popped with the entire ounce. I think she threw it on my lap when the cops came. She tried to act like she was dozing off, but I think she was faking it. And so, yeah, there's nothing I can do at this point. There's absolutely nothing I can do at this point. You know, the cops telling me to open the door, roll the window down, whatever. I don't remember too much, you know, because I just passed out after being up for 3 days. But I had this ounce in my lap. You know, there's no way that I could have said it wasn't mine. You know, I wasn't going to blame it on. One thing about me, I've never told on nobody. So it's not like I would have been like, oh, it's hers. But, you know, there was no it's not mine kind of deal. You get what I'm saying? It was an entire ounce when I got it, if not a little bit more. When the cop weighed it, it was 27.3. Make that make sense. So, like I said, I could have been out of it and don't remember giving her some. I could have been out of it and not remember what I did with some of it. But I had some before we got more, and now I only got 27.3. It's actually a blessing. In the state of Florida, 28 grams of methamphetamine, ice, is like 7 or 8 years. Anything under that, 14 grams to 27.9. I had 27.3. Is mandatory 3 years. Plus, I had a prior record. I got really lucky, and I caught a paraphernalia charge. I believe I had a straw on me, and I caught a controlled substance charge for all those purple pills. And so it sucked. Yeah, I was really screwed, though. I've done like 2.5 years in jail in different bids at this time, but I've never done more than like a year straight. The PD, the public defender, tells me the only way I can lessen this up for you is if you give me some information. I told him to go F himself. Straight up. I said, go F yourself. And I got up out of that little box with the glass, started banging on the door, and just yelling, get me out of here. Get me out of here. I gotta get out of here. I'm gonna lose my mind. And I freaked out. I got into like 2 fights before I went to prison too. And I don't even count those in my 13. It was rough, man. It was a rough time. They didn't seize any money. So I had like $400 something on me. That was gone. That didn't go to my canteen. I didn't get none of that to eat. I don't know what happened to all the other stuff. All that, I just got a chain, a gold chain, those 2 pairs of Jordans. I just got clothes and stuff and a few outfits to wear and everything and all that stuff. Never seen it again. I started already giving her stuff towards this car that I never got. I have her Facebook account. I've checked it like 2 times. It's been a long time. It's in my old account that I don't use. She connected her Facebook to my old Facebook. So I still have that in there, but she don't ever go on it. So, I don't know. Because I wanted to get a hold of her to try to get that car. It had a lot of miles on it, but you still owe me a car. You know what I mean? So, not really, because like I said, I didn't give her all the ice. But I was actively paying for it. And that's how that went down. I was really stupid that night. I went to prison for 3 years because I left an ounce of dope in my lap and fell asleep with it in the passenger seat. That's the summary of this story. That's basically what happened. I was supposed to be on my way in 1 more hour to go have a threesome. But instead of a threesome, I caught 3 years. Imagine that. Imagine that. And excuse my language, it takes me too long to try to censor, but last time I started doing that, we did get banned. So I got to chill out with certain things that we talk about and what I say. So I got to slow down a little bit. I want to talk fast at you guys a lot, but hey, sometimes I just be rambling. Here we go. And just crazy stuff be coming out of my mouth. I got to watch out sometimes. YouTube does not play. So, yeah, man. It was one stupid night, man. I mean, I was on a run. I was on a mission. I was destroying myself with all these substances and not eating, not bathing. I had no place to sleep. I'm bathing, but, if I'm not taking a shower at someone's house that I don't even know, and, I'm going to this trailer park to go meet up with a buddy and shower and pay someone in drugs to shower, and I'm going to a girl that I'm messing with, her boyfriend that I've never met, her actual boyfriend. I'm sneaking in his house while he's at work. That's a felony. That's breaking and entering. And I'm just using his shower, and you know what I mean? It was a hot mess, bro. It was a real hot mess. I'm breaking laws every day at this time, and it was not good. And I'm really blessed that I only got 3 years. I mean, I've done committed so many charges during this time. You know, multiple breaking and enterings and stealing stuff. Like, I'm doing moving jobs, and I'm just, you know, because I'm on the drugs, and my mind on the drugs thinks a lot different. I didn't have no clear conscience. I didn't have uh, a stable mind. I just wanted quick money, and I'd get it in any way. And, like, you know, even the girls that I'd hang out with at the time were getting scared of me and stuff because I just started becoming so aggressive and angry all the time. And it was actually weakness because I was very tired and very dependent on these substances. And it changed who I was. And my heart was gone. My soul was gone. I was just becoming a piece of crap. I look back at those times and who I was during those times and the person that I was during those times, and it's something that I'm not proud of at all. I'm very disgusted with that person, and that's why I would never, ever, ever get back on any of that crap again. You know, life's a struggle. Sometimes when you're trying to really build your foundation, chat, you know, you'll try to build your life and build your foundation and really try to do things the right way. You know, you're going to be pinching pennies your entire life until you do something with yourself, whether you get a trade, whether you get a degree, you know, a diploma, whether you start up a business. You know, you can get into the stock market, and with some skill and maybe a little bit of luck, but I say a lot of skill in predicting, you know, you can really make a lot of money, but you got to build the foundation. And I know some days just suck. You know, you didn't sleep good that night. You're running low on food. You might be running low on money. You might be really going through the motions. You know, in particular, something happened that's really bothering you. Maybe someone passed away. You might have lost an ex-girlfriend, a pet. You know, these are all things that, as I mention all these things, they can hold a weight down upon us, and that weight can sometimes increase as more things happen. You know, you have to figure out how to resolve with what you're trying to cope with. You have to figure out your escape, the release. Not just an escape, like you can escape playing video games, but that's a temporary fix. You have to resolve the lying issue. Sometimes you have to work it out, and like I go to therapy, you know what I mean? And do I already know a lot of these skills? Yes. Are these therapy classes mandatory? Absolutely. But I still learn stuff from it. You know, I've been going to therapy for 10 weeks now. Group therapy classes, once a month, one-on-ones that we do for like an hour or two. And that's probably almost $2,000 in classes. You know what I'm saying? And do I feel like I've learned $2,000 worth of stuff? No. But it's been helping me stay aware, most important, with this whole road of positivity that I'm in, road of positive life, law behaving, law abiding, or is it law abiding? Law abiding, right? Not breaking the law, we'll just say that. And staying on track, it's been giving me more motivation, like filling out all those applications I did last weekend. I knocked out like 15, 14 applications. And so I don't see myself I'm not saying I have all the drive in the world, but if I didn't do any of these classes, I could see more of bad things happening than good. I see more bad than good. I feel like our higher power does everything he can to open our eyes. It's whether we want to accept it or not. And we're not talking about people dying. We're not talking about why babies die and all this and that. Excuse my language. We're just talking about, this is not a debate about religion. This is just my perspective. I'm only a human. I'm not, I'm not the savior. I'm not the answer. I'm not Jesus. I'm not, I'm just giving you guys a perspective of where my mindset is at. And if you could take something from it, that's amazing. But I tell you guys these stories, man, I don't want any of you guys to ever go to prison, most importantly. And, we don't have like a million people in here or anything, and that would be cool and all, but, what we do have is the start of a foundation. We have the start of a foundation, and you guys are rocking with me. I know that, I don't expect everyone to always be on here and on here every day and whatever, I even took a break yesterday because I kept trying to do a video and kept messing up, I'm only human. So, but what we are doing is building our foundation, and we're doing it in a positive way. And I thank you guys for that. It means everything to me. I'd love to be a YouTuber. I'd love to be a streamer and just talk to you guys all day and tell stories and laugh with y'all. And as our community grows, like, everyone else is participating more in the chat, you know what I mean? And maybe we start doing videos with other cool people. Maybe. And, stuff like that. We just got to make sure they're not weirdos. There's a lot of weird people in this world, chat. And when you get to prison and you get deep in the streets and stuff, it only gets weirder, I'm telling you. It only gets weirder. Hey, there's nothing I can stress more than just make it through today. Make it through tomorrow. Take it one day at a time. When you try to rush things and you try to make this quick cash and you have to take a risk and breaking the law and stuff, it will catch up to you. There's plenty of times I got away with it. And that's what made it so tempting. And every time I get caught, I would justify it and have this reason as to why it happened. And I would tell everyone in the jail or people out in the streets that I associate with on how it's not going to happen again. It's going to happen if you keep going down that road. And it only gets worse. Your tendencies get worse to do violent things and more criminal acts. You'll start doing more criminal stuff. Like, you might have not broken into a house 5 years ago, but now all of a sudden you're strung out on drugs and you are breaking into houses. That's real life. That's what happens to people. Not saying you, but it does happen. And so you might have been completely against a certain drug and you're like, I'm only going to sell pot. I'm only going to sell weed. Now you're selling everything. That happened to me. Except for none of that white stuff that kills people every day. The deadly stuff, not that stuff. But that doesn't justify anything. And so that'll happen. The crowd of people you associate with will get worse. And they start doing worse things, And it just gets ugly. And you get known in the system. So when you go past a cop, they recognize you and instantly pull you over. It's not good, chat. You don't want to be recognized by the police. So just last note on this last note, just make it through another day. I'm here for you guys whenever. We can talk whenever. Leave a comment. We can call, text, video chat. We can, if you're close, we can meet up. We can, I'm here for y'all. So I'm going to get in the house, take a shower, make something to eat. Y'all have a good night. Come on. It won't let me.